everyone, thank you for tuning in. It's Jacqueline DuPont. I'm a gerontologist at Vista Gardens today, and I'm talking today about an interesting subject, recruitment, employee recruitment in the aging field. I realize working with older adults hasn't always been popular, and it takes a very special person to want to work with older adults. And my whole life I've wanted to, so I don't understand that. It's always been hard for me to be empathetic in that area. However, I get it. You know, some people love children, some people love dogs, some people, favorites, of course, we all love everyone, but everyone has their passion. But if you have a passion and you do love seniors and you love listening to their stories, you connect with them, you have the patience to really sit down and listen and speak up when they can't hear you, and you're just sensitized to their decline or their issues, you know, whatever they are, whatever your grandma or grandpa are going through, and you connect with that, I think you're a great fit for our field, and we really are in dire need of you. At this time, we have a serious recruitment problem. Unemployment is really low at 3.8. However, in our field, you cannot have a DUI, that is illegal, and on your record, and you cannot have any felony conviction, and you need to pass a drug test, and you can't be under the influence of anything. So in that regard, that shrinks our pool quite significantly. However, we need you. And even if you've had a DUI, maybe there's a way we can get that off your record, or not get it off your record, but get an exemption. Maybe there's a way. So if you have a passion, don't always rule out. If you have something from your past and it's a different time, different life, don't worry about it. We can always try and work that out. However, the passion is what's needed. If you love seniors, you just know after you've spent an hour with an older adult that this is for you. Please, please search. Go online, look at where you want to work. You know, where do you feel they respect the elderly? And first check that place out, because if they're going to respect the older adults that live there, whether it's assisted living, skilled nursing, in-home care, wherever you're going to work, talk to the management in some form, not just HR, but try to really figure out, is this a match for you? Do they respect their employees? Do they have diversity? Do they look at the older adult as really a precious person that they just cannot believe society is not looking at them the way they do? Like, do they have that extra passion toward the elderly? You can tell by, do they have a lot of activities going on? Do the residents look cleaned and well kept? Do they look loved and adored? You can just tell by touring it. So that should be critical to you too. If you want to work in a field serving older adults, you need to look at who works there, and do they want to serve older adults? You know, do they really have that moral empathy? So going forward, I just encourage anyone with a passion for seniors, of course, to apply for a job, check out the facility ahead of time or the company, and really, really search their heart and know that this is really, I know it's a paid job, but it also is a rewarding field. There are days when you just go home and think, oh my goodness, I'm so lucky. And you will feel that way. You will feel so happy, and the gratitude you get from helping another person, especially someone who's disabled, there's nothing like it. So I really encourage anyone who wants to work with older adults to please apply, not just here, but anywhere near your home. And I want to also review the various jobs that are available in aging. So there are different tracks. There is more of a direct service type of job, administration, and then there's clinical social work, cognitive therapy, LCSWs, and of course nursing. So all three of those areas tie together, and you have, for example, adult daycare where you could work, and adult daycares really need caregivers, and they're also called programmers, and activities, and there's nursing, physical therapists, and social work. All of that really, those jobs are available in adult daycare healthcare model. And then there is also assisted livings, of course, and they hire many caregivers They aren't necessarily CNAs depending upon your state. However, CNA is, certified. They might have a training program. In California, it's mandatory to have a training program for the caregiver. And that training is really valuable. You could use it again and again in other places. You could even go then work at home or in an in-home care situation. So in-home care hires many caregivers. And again, they have to have, in California, for example, a special license, similar to a CNA. So they have a special license number that you could work there, and that's quite easy to get. And they also train you. That's a good place to start. If you're looking for more of an administrative role, there's everything from a manager, memory care manager, program manager, HR has plenty of jobs in memory care. Definitely supervisor roles are available. Maintenance is really, really needed. Great maintenance people and housekeepers. And a housekeeper that really has that compassion, like, oh, I'm gonna clean this room, but I'm also gonna talk to the lady who lives in it. I'm gonna knock on her door first and give her that respect. So it takes a real special person, like we've said all along in this vlog, but it really does take someone who is accountable. And I have to tell you, in senior care, you cannot call off. And I say this from a place of not criticism or sternness or write-up or any kind of thing like that. It's just from a level of respect. If you're gonna take a job in senior care, you have to be there. So if you kind of have that feeling like you're not ready to work in this field yet or work at all, don't take it as, oh, it's an easy job to get, or I can do this, I'll call off half the time, I have my kid in school and sometimes I don't have daycare. No, because the older adult needs to bond with you. All the people you're going to take care of are counting on you. Your coworkers are too, but all those people really need you. And if you're going to be consistently staffed, you need to be there so they can not hassle with change. Change is very hard on them. So that's a real important note, is if you're going to work in senior care, work in senior care, but no, you have to be accountable and you really do have to show up to work on time. So other jobs that are in senior care are, of course, there's LVNs, and they're really needed, licensed vocational nurses, super, super needed and valuable. And usually around the clock, sometimes not, it depends on the facility. And then RNs are needed as well. And then plenty of home health. There's lots of home health, physical therapy that goes on in assisted living. Usually it's contracted out, but it does occur. So I hope I've answered your question on which jobs are available. There are many others. I'm not thinking of all. There's food service, there's servers, there's cooks, and they're all equally needed. And again, we need them all every day. So thank you for tuning in.